A surprising business leader is urging President-elect Donald Trump not to withdraw from the Paris Climate Agreement again. ExxonMobil CEO Darren Woods made the comments in interviews Tuesday at the United Nations Climate Change Conference in Azerbaijan. Woods told the Wall Street Journal, "I don't think the stops and starts are the right thing for businesses. It is extremely inefficient. It creates a lot of uncertainty." The U.S. adopted the Paris Climate Agreement in 2015 under President Barack Obama. When President Trump took office the first time around, he pulled the U.S. from the landmark accord. When President Joe Biden took office, the U.S. was back in, and now the Trump campaign has said Trump would repeat the removal. Trump's energy cry is simple.
We will drill, baby, drill.
I'm not sure how drill, baby, drill translates into policy.
Since 2018, the U.S. has led the world every year in crude oil production. Under Trump, the U.S. set the global record for oil production in 2019. Under Biden, the U.S. broke it for a new record high in 2023.
From our perspective, we don't set our business plans based on the political agendas or who's in the White House or what party's in control. We look at the fundamentals and making sure that the investments that we're making are advantaged versus the rest of industry, will be resilient in the bottom of the cycle, and then we make these plans and commit to that. And so I think we don't kind of turn those on and off depending on who's in office.
The oil industry is somewhat at odds with this drill at all costs mentality. For one, restricting oil supply keeps prices higher. And second, support for cutting carbon emissions comes with an obvious advantage, a taxpayer-funded advantage.
We're bringing the advantages that we have as a company and the skills and capabilities to lower the cost of doing these, but ultimately there needs to be an incentive to reward those investments and generate a return. And if we find that those incentives dissipate or go away entirely, then that would definitely change our investment plans. But I think the point we're trying to make is the world needs to have a long-term approach to reducing emissions, that you can do it in a very cost-effective way, but you need consistency of approach and policy. And so we're here talking about what some of those approaches could be to help solve those problems.
Despite support for the Paris Climate Agreement, the Carbon Tracker Initiative says oil companies are way off track. ExxonMobil is in the bottom 5 with a G rating on a scale from A to H. BP tops the list at a D. Maeve O'Connor, an oil and gas analyst and author of the report, says companies worldwide are publicly stating they are supportive of the goals of the Paris Agreement and claim to be part of the solution in accelerating the energy transition. Unfortunately, however, we see that none are currently aligned with the goals of the Paris Agreement. The Paris Agreement is a legally binding international treaty on climate change. Its overarching goal is to limit the global temperature rise to well below 2 degrees Celsius from the year 1900 and pursue 1.5 degrees Celsius, which is about 2.7 degrees Fahrenheit.